Okay, this is another video on making waterfall graphs. In this case, remember we're supposed to select the areas and remember the subtotals have to be blank and the finals have to be blank, all that stuff, okay? And now we're just going to make multiple graphs. It's almost, I really showed you this before, but I think it's probably worth going over a couple of new things. So what we need to first do is open our waterfall graph thing. Oops, there's the advertisement for our Finance Energy Institute. And that creates these things. So let's make our first graph. And this time it's crucial to not, let's say we've pretty well honed in on what we want to do. We want click this one, so don't delete the earlier graphs. This was a percentage, and I think we had to increase this, and let's include this on the x-axis and make the graph. Okay. There it goes, and there's our first graph. Okay. And if we want to make the second graph, Shift Control V, and what happens now, this one you wanted to make with a different format. Let's put this in Euro, and again, don't click. This is the key thing, not to click. We're not going to, let's not hide the sheets, and we'll include that. Why don't we put a grid line? I believe we've got to make this a little smaller, okay? So then we've got our second graph. Okay, and I hope, well, when we look at this, we've got one graph, the data, two graphs, the data. How about this? Let's press Shift and F11 for a new sheet. Whoops. Oh, I've got this horrible new computer. So this is our other data, and so we should be able to just, let's say we want to make another, we have, for some reason, we have this data, but it's different, and we call it and we start with 7, and we put minus 1.3, and this is 5%, okay? Let's make this graph, Shift Control V. Of course, we need to now put it back to a percentage. Let's change this to dark blue. I don't know. I don't think it'll change all the rest of the graphs. No, it won't. And then let's hide all those extra sheets, or at least for this graph. And let's not include this one, but include this one. And since it's a percentage one, I'm going to add those. Perhaps I should do that in the macro itself. So that's our last graph. Notice what happens. It made them all, so we've got different sheets and different patterns, and we've made them from different sheets. Remember, all you had to do was do this, and Finance, F-I-N, Energy Institute.com. Okay, and whoops, you don't have to do this. I'm ending this video. I hope you've turned it off by now.